Francois de La Rochefoucauld. A worthy man can be in love like a madman, but not like a fool. With our distrust, we justify someone else's deceit. Everyone can be easily deceived by those they love. A surefire way to be deceived is to consider yourself smarter than others. Our enemies and judgments about us are much closer to the truth than we are. Everything that ceases to succeed ceases to attract. A jealous wife is sometimes even pleasant to her husband. At least he constantly hears conversations about the object of his love. The mind is always fooled by the heart. No matter how much shame we cover ourselves with, we almost always have the opportunity to restore our good name. Too much hatred puts us below those we hate. Almost all decent women are untouched treasures which are intact because no one is looking for them. A wise person understands that it is better to forbid a hobby than to fight it later. Philosophy easily prevails over the past and future troubles, but the current sorrows defeat philosophy. If we did not have shortcomings, we would not be so pleased to notice them in our neighbors. Human virtues, like fruits, have their season. No flatterer flatters so skillfully as selfishness. Only the one who deserves it is afraid of contempt. The most bizarre recklessness is usually the offspring of the most refined mind. The mind is always fooled by the heart. We do not know even 100th part of what passions can make us do. Most of all, it is not the mind that enlivens the conversation, but mutual trust. Pride is inherent in all people. The only difference is how and when they show it. No matter how little we trust our interlocutors, it still seems to us that they are sincere with us than with anyone else. The highest virtue is to do in solitude what people dare only in the presence of many witnesses. It is much easier to show wisdom in other people's affairs than in one's own. The longevity of our passions is no more dependent on us than the longevity of life. We should be surprised only our ability to be surprised at anything else. Pride is inherent in all people. The only difference is how and when they show it. Generosity neglects everything in order to take possession of everything. There is nothing more stupid than the desire to always be smarter than everyone. People narrow-minded usually condemn everything that is beyond their understanding. We often complain about friends in order to justify in advance the fickleness of our friendship. In people, the qualities that they possess are not so funny as those that they claim. Why do we remember in great detail what happened to us, but are not able to remember how many times we told the same person about it? Man is never as unhappy as he thinks, and as happy as he wants. Loyalty, which can only be maintained at the cost of great effort, is no better than treason. We don't give away anything as generously as advice. There is nothing more stupid than the desire to always be smarter than everyone. It is more shameful not to trust friends than to be deceived by them. Only knowing our fate in advance, we could vouch for our behavior in advance. There is a degree of happiness and sorrow that is beyond our ability to feel. Whoever walks slowly and slowly, no road is long. Whoever patiently prepares for the journey, he will certainly reach the goal. Do not be offended by people who have hidden the truth from us. We ourselves constantly hide it from ourselves. While smart people can express a lot in a few words, limited people, on the contrary, have the ability to talk a lot and say nothing. To try to forget someone is to remember him all the time. Excessive haste in paying for a service rendered is a kind of ingratitude. Self-confidence forms the basis of our confidence in others. A woman in love is more likely to forgive a greater indiscretion than a small infidelity. The good that we have seen from this or that person obliges us to be tolerant when he does evil to us. It is easier to know people in general than one person in particular. There is no surer means to kindle a passion in another than to keep the cold yourself. The most beautiful gift given to people after wisdom is friendship. There is no surer means to kindle a passion in another than to keep the cold yourself. We are so used to pretending to others that in the end we began to pretend to ourselves. The health of the soul is no less fragile than the health of the body, and one who imagines himself free from passions can just as easily succumb to them as a person of flourishing health can fall ill. The striking resemblance of a woman to a man should not mislead you. Some people repel despite all their advantages, while others attract with all their shortcomings. The glory of great men must always be measured by the ways in which it has been achieved. No matter how proud people are of their accomplishments, the latter are often the result, not of great ideas, but of ordinary chance. He who thinks that he can do without others is greatly mistaken, but he who thinks that others cannot do without him is doubly mistaken. It's stupid to live your whole life without doing a single stupid thing. Thanks for watching.